Hey all, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking Channel. I'm Darren. Today I'm going to do something, I've probably maybe done something before, but I'm going to do it a little different. We're going to see which is better, seasoning after sous vide or seasoning before and after sous vide. I'm going to do this with some top round, aka London broil. I'll be right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
Alright guys, there's always been a big controversy, I guess, or discussion or heated debate, whatever you want to call it, of seasoning your meat before sous vide, after sous vide, during sous vide, before you freeze it, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why it's such a big thing to some people. I understand there's personal preference involved in anything you cook, and I actually allow for that in what I teach and what I do. One of the things is the seasoning before sous vide or after sous vide, and one of the things I want to dispel today is that it either makes a difference or doesn't make a difference in when you cook certain products. So I'm going to use this top round, or a lot of the grocery stores label this as London broil, but top round. It's a tougher piece of meat. You usually cook it a longer time, especially sous vide. It's cooked for a longer time. It doesn't have a whole lot of fat to it, not a lot of taste to it. It's actually kind of a bland meat unless you season it. So what I'm going to do, though, I've got two of them, two pieces of top round, and one of them I'm not going to season at all, just pretty much plain Jane, just in the vacuum sealer. And one I actually seasoned with my black garlic and coffee rub, and we're going to actually season this non-seasoned one after the fact with the same rub. And what we're going to do with this one is we got it seasoned already in the bag, and it's going to be seasoned cooking in the sous vide with the seasoning in it, but we're also going to put just a little bit more on it after the fact, after it comes out of the bath. So one of the things I'm hoping to show is that cooking it this way, there's actually no brining involved at all. If you're, a lot of people say, well, if you just add salt, to this, you'll be fine. You don't need to add this, or you shouldn't add any other seasonings to it. I understand the way it works and how salt, brines and penetrates deep into the meat, and that's great. My conclusion is that this is going to season the surface of the meat. However little or much, there's still going to be some kind of seasoning done to the outside of the meat when you have seasoning in it. But whether that's going to make a big difference or not, that's up to this experiment to let us know, to see. You can do it either way, personal preference, just like smoking before or after. I prefer to smoke after. Some people prefer to smoke before, and some people do it, before and after, and that's fine. You can do it the way you want. But what I'm going to show here in this, hopefully in this experiment, is that it either does make some kind of difference, or it makes absolutely no difference. I can see it making a difference to one extent already just by using common sense. Is that this one does have salt in it. I do have salt in this rub. So the salt that's in this package with the meat that's seasoned already, it is going to brine the meat in the sous vide. Because one of the things I do know, just like I know that all the other seasonings won't penetrate deep into the meat, salt will, and low temperature cooking actually speeds up the brining process. So this is actually going to get brined all the way through, no problem, with just a little bit of salt that is in this package. This one has absolutely no salt, no seasoning. It's not going to get brined at all. So I know that's going to be one of the benefits. So what I'm trying to show here is, whether you like it or not, seasoning before will have some kind of effect. But we're going to see. I'm going to actually do a blind taste test with somebody that doesn't even know what I'm doing. I'm going to do these at 36 hours at 130 degrees. So I want them to be medium rare. I want to give some room to, when I cook it, sear it afterwards for some overcooking. But I'm going to do 130 degrees at 36 hours. And that's going to make it nice and tender. It's going to cook it nice and medium rare. And then it's going to give it plenty of time to brine this one here. And then we're going to see just which one tastes better. We're going to cook them both 130 for 36 hours. I'll see you guys in 36 hours. Alright guys, it's time to get these top rounds out of the sous vide. They've been sitting here for about 32 hours. I was going to go 36, but I need to get them out and get them cooked. So they've been in there long enough, I think, tenderize them. Remember, one of these is seasoned, one of them isn't. And I'm going to finish them up on Kamado Joe on the soapstone. I'm going to show you that in just a minute as well. But remember, season these up with the black garlic coffee rub. So let me get these out and we'll pat them dry. I'll be right back. Alright guys, they're both out of the bag, and you can tell here the one on my left is the one that was not seasoned in the bag, and the one that has been seasoned is a little bit different. The one that wasn't seasoned's got a lot more of that myoglobin film on it than the other one did, and it does have a little bit of a Maillard reaction. Even though we cooked it at a lower temperature, you still can get a Maillard reaction over time. The one that was seasoned prior is this one here, and it does look a little bit different than the one that it wasn't seasoned, that's for sure. Like I said, for some reason that myoglobin protein attached itself more to the unseasoned one than the seasoned one. Maybe something to do with the salt. But I'm going to go ahead and re-season the both of these. Actually going to season this one for the first time, so I am going to give it just a little bit more seasoning so it has a little bit try to even up the advantage here from the other one. All right, let's get them on the grill. All right, I got my Kamado Joe with my soapstones all heated up, and the soapstone is just exactly what it says. It's a big, thick piece of stone, kind of like granite. It uses a cooking surface that has a nice even temperature, and it actually holds its temperature really well. So when you put your meat on there, it won't cool down as fast as, let's say, steel or cast iron will. So I like using it for bigger pieces of meat like this because it will give a good sear. I'm going to sear these both up. The temperature was over 500 degrees on both of these soapstones, and put a little bit of oil on there just to get a great sear. And also get it on both sides so that we have a nice even sear throughout both of these. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got my daughter out here. She doesn't know which is which. We're going to just go ahead, cut a piece off of each one. She's going to tell us which one she likes better. Trying to make sure I get pretty even pieces here. I don't want to have one with a lot more fat than the other, or anything like that. Alright, so do number A there, Rachel Lane. How is it?
Good.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, does it taste salty or anything?
No.
Can you taste any kind of seasoning at all?
No.
It just tastes like meat? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
I taste seasoning.
So you taste seasoning more on that one?
I like that one better.
Like this one better? So you like B better. Okay? So as far as the chewiness and all that and the tenderness are the same?
That one's chewier.
This one's chewier or more tender?
Chewier.
Okay, so you have to chew this one more than this one?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try it myself.
At least for me.
Okay, so okay. Gotta kind of say, it is kind of bland. I can taste a little bit of the seasoning. It's tender, but let's see how it is compared to the number B. Well, this definitely tastes. I can taste more of the seasoning in this one. I can taste the salt a lot more on this one. And it is just a little bit more tender. I wouldn't say that the tenderness factor is that bad, but you can definitely taste the salt. This is saltier, more seasoned than this one. Want to try one more? Let's do one more. Just to make it even. Okay, and then take that one and then take that one.
When you get more farther into it, it gets more tender.
It's more tender. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one still. All right, guys, you heard it here from a 13-year-old girl who had no idea what I was doing. This one was not seasoned before it was put in the sous vide bath. This one was seasoned and then seasoned afterwards too. So check it out. You're going to be your personal taste, whichever one you like. But I tell you what, there is a definite benefit to seasoning it before you put it in the sous vide bath. So thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow the Fire and Water Cooking Podcast. And maybe you'll see Rachel in another video down the road. Like, subscribe, and share. Thanks, guys.